So over the past few days, a lot of people here inside YouTube have been asking me if we are ever going to see changes to Social Security. Well, we actually have reports as to why Democrats have put this off and they're waiting until 2023. And according to one, that 2023 is the year that Social Security will be addressed. So, if you have any questions regarding Social Security, wondering when are we going to see an increase, wondering when is the Social Security Administration going to be shored up and to be just made sure that it is still there in the next 10 to 12 years, well, you need to watch this entire video. Also, if you know anybody that is collecting Social Security benefits, make sure you share this video with them as well, whether it's on Facebook or through email, so they too can stay updated. But let's get right down to it. Let's talk about what is going on and what is coming for Social Security. We know there's been a lot of discussions within Congress as to what is going to happen with Social Security. Are we going to see increases? Are we going to see cuts? Is Social Security going to become insolvent in 2034? Well, we have answers, and we know why nothing has been done so far this year. So, according to multiple Democrats, something for Social Security will get done, and it has to get done in order to keep Social Security solvent past 2034. Now, here's the thing. Democrats believe that they have the tools, they have the power to get something done. But the issue here is Democrats did not want to go on record in 2022 in this election year because they didn't want to go on record of voting against a provision. Because according to these reports, there's two different options here. Let me give you one. I'll give you the second one in a minute. One of the options that is currently on the table is Democrats can work with Republicans, go hand in hand, and increase the Social Security income tax cap. Now, what is that? Well, as of right now, it's $147,200 is the amount of income you can be taxed, and you would have to pay 6.2% of that. It comes from you. Another 6.2% comes from your employer, and that 12.4% gets paid to the Social Security Administration, goes into the trust fund. That is what is funding Social Security. Now, they could go that route, and they can increase the income tax cap from $147,200 up to $160,000, which is exactly what they're going to do for 2023. But President Biden made a promise that nobody making less than $400,000 per year would see a penny more in taxes. Well, this goes against that one promise. So, here's where we're at. Democrats know this is something they must get done. They have to increase the income tax cap in order to provide either additional benefits or to shore up Social Security. Well, here's what Democratic Representative John Larson had to say. He said, and I quote, "This is one of the most critical programs in the country, and nobody holds Congress accountable for not voting on it." And again, Democrats don't want to vote for this, vote for or against anything that has to do with Social Security, because voters would put them into a certain spotlight. Like, oh, this senator voted yes, and that senator voted no. We're not voting for them. That's what we're going to get. But according to Representative John Larson, he says that in 2023, he plans on pushing for a vote for his Social Security 2100 Act. Now, if you don't remember, this is where they are going to charge a Social Security income tax. They'll raise the cap over $400,000. Okay? And so this is what's fairly interesting about this is there's discussions of, and again, this is how President Biden would be pushing for this, or to keep his promise, is let's raise the income tax cap to, obviously be indexed with inflation. So let's say $160,000 for 2023. But at the same time, we won't tax income from $160,000 all the way up to $400,000. that if you make over $400,000, we're going to charge you that and up. So again, there's discussions here. So that's the first part. He would also increase benefits by an average about 2%. So not a huge amount, but again, it's a decent boost to all Social Security recipients. Now, a lot of this is going to come down to the debt limit. That's where the discussions are going to be. Republicans want to make sure that we don't increase the debt limit because we need to reduce spending. That's the main thing. But if Republicans can get that and Democrats can get one of their priorities included, we could potentially work together. And this is why I said that this could be it earlier this week, is we could see lawmakers finally working together. That would be really good news for us as Americans. Now, obviously that's the first option, okay? To increase the tax so there's more money to actually ensure that Social Security does not become insolvent in 2034. But the big problem there is you wouldn't actually see much of a benefit increase. Again, it's about 2%. But that is just one of the things that could be done in 2023. And again, it would really help those that are collecting Social Security benefits, not just today, but in 10, 15, 20 years. The other option on the table is to increase the minimum age requirement to collect full benefits. Okay? That's to reach full retirement age. Currently, that is age 67, but the discussions are, and there's multiple plans on this, to increase the full retirement age to age 70 years and older. Now, there are really, these are the two plans that are on the table at the moment, but they both have some issues. And one of the big issues from Democrats is that they don't want to vote on either one of these. They don't want to go on record and vote on either one of these, mainly because they're going to be on record saying no or yes for whatever it is they're voting on. Do you think Democrats really want to go on record and vote no to increasing taxes? No. Democrats are all for increasing taxes and taking your money and going and distributing it the way that they want to. But do you think they want to vote no on that? Or vote yes for that, to let's increase taxes, when that's exactly what President Biden said, no, we're not going to do? That's not really what they want to do for 2023. Especially, and this is where, again, it's very interesting, but Democrats believe, and this is a quote, that they must pass popular legislation first. They cannot just come out and pass any legislation on Social Security because it would actually show Democrats in a negative light. So what they want to do is they want to pass popular legislation amongst the American people first so that they don't lose ground to Republicans. Yeah. Now, based on what one Democrat had to say, and I do not know what his or her name is because the article says they didn't want to be named for obvious reasons, but they said, and I quote, "We must get this done in 2023. If we can't move on legislation before the election year, then it can't happen." And I can tell you this, that doing and passing any legislation during an election year is very difficult, which is why 2022, we didn't see a whole lot get passed. And as far as bipartisan bills, well, I think we only saw one? A couple things, right? A couple main bills. That was really it. Now, this one Democrat also pointed to the fact that President Biden is the key here because he has options. There are options as of right now. And when I say he has options because we are still in a public health emergency. Once we get outside of this, a lot of the options, a lot of his power goes away. Now, this one Democrat pointed to the fact that President Biden, he was able to give and bail out pension funds just recently by giving them $36 billion. And this person says, why couldn't he do the same thing for Social Security? It's a good question. But the question, we will have to ask President Biden. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more regarding Social Security and what is potentially coming or why nothing is being increased or extended, I will bring you all the latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.